So yeah, it started off with a small, I just want to run a marathon, and I've been putting that off for years because I was just drinking too much, and so it's difficult to train. And then it was on a training run one morning, because I wasn't sleeping and I was pretty depressed and I was having panic attacks at work. It was on that training run that I first came up with the idea of running from Brisbane to Sydney. It then changed, and it was in preparation for Brisbane to Sydney that I met Luca, and my coach said, all right, I think you're pretty serious about this, I'll introduce you to Luca. I was supposed to be chatting to him for 10-15 minutes because he'd done these 20 marathons and so on. And then I found out that he'd also got this world record, and he had this documentary on YouTube, and I just became obsessed.
I've got no idea, to be honest. I feel quite calm this morning, which is quite good, which hasn't been the case this week. I've been really up and down. But yeah, last night felt really calm, had a good 8 hours sleep. So yeah, I'm in the best possible headspace to give it a good crack.
4, 3, 2, 1.
I think at the moment, I can picture myself back then. There is that rush. You really want to get started. You've been. This is the finish line, really, because after a year of training, so now he's super excited to get started. A little bit nervous, maybe, but he's gonna go through all the different type of emotions. I honestly have goosebumps now because. Yeah, depending on the time of the day, and it's such a relentless challenge that you can't hide anything. Start from a physical level as well. It's such a tough challenge. I think in a sense is a dream coming true, being able to, in a little way, inspire somebody, and the fact that Mark is doing it for Outrun Cancer, for me it means the world. It means that other people care, and it's not just a one-off thing. So yeah, I would have never thought of, honestly, but I'm so glad.
Oh, I mean, just seeing someone get to what they think is a point of no return and being able to push through that is always something quite inspirational for me personally. You find in these events sometimes people hit that very early after sort of 5-6 hours, and they almost believe they can't go on, but then still manage to go on for 24 hours or even longer. you get to a point where it becomes less physical and more sort of mental, which is something you quickly learn about ultra running. And it's just that age-old saying that when you think you're done, you're really not, and the mind takes over and you just refuse to let yourself stop, really.
What am I seeing? I'm seeing my son in a lot of pain, and it's hurting me. And there's nothing I can do about it. And I realised that he was going to go through some of this, but I had no idea how it was going to affect me. And Vicki is just amazing. She's beyond incredible. My son is beyond amazing, and see, I can't even speak. I'm just so emotional. I am so emotional. Every time he goes down, every time he has a cramp, I feel it. Every time you can see him getting upset, I feel upset. He was always pretty good. I mean, I could never argue with him. He always wanted to reason with me. He always reasoned why he wanted to do something. And I remember one day he said to me, "Mum, you know, I'm not that bad, am I?" And I thought, well, hell no, you're not. And he's never really caused any problems at all, apart from now.
Well, I mean, it all started, as you know, when my good friend and neighbour Frank passed away. And obviously seeing the family go through what they went through, it was really sad and heartbreaking. But also at the same time, because Frank was leaving behind his daughter, who was the same age as mine, it got me to completely re-examine my life. And I'm not going to pretend it happened overnight. You know, you come back one day and you have this epiphany. It took a good 6 to 12 months of me feeling pretty miserable and not talking to anyone about it. But it really got me thinking about what I want to do with my life. Not that I felt I'd wasted it, but there was so much that I wanted to do, but I was too scared to do it. Running was just the vehicle that I've chosen to make myself feel good and be a better person and come back to the family, you know, the best dad, best husband. Correct you on that, but you know, it sounds a bit cheesy and cliche, but that's what it's all about for me. But it definitely did start off as an obsession and an addiction, and I think I've integrated it into my normal life now. Success, if you'd asked me that 4 years ago, it was about achieving the thing. But I think now I'm enjoying the process so much. Like, I just love running. I love having a goal. It gives me meaning in my life. I love doing it for these causes that I'm really passionate about, whether it's mental health or cancer, and just, it's part of who I am now. So, you know, if you'd asked me that 4 years ago, it would have all been about me, leaving a legacy, whereas now it's about success for me is being the best dad and passing that on my kids and my legacy now. part of the process of coming to terms with not actually achieving it, which also reduces the fear. But to be honest, the biggest thing for me is my family and showing them that, do you know what, just give it a crack. Some you win, some you lose. So yeah, failure for me is not trying.